What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to start getting clickbait ready for Power Cruise. There's a little bit that we got to do. Not only have we not tested whether or not it's even running mint again or not, but got some repairs to finish off back here. So already got this in primer. Got some paint and everything to fix her all up. Annoyingly, it's way too hot today to paint. Otherwise, that'd already be in color and I would have gotten out here this morning. But yeah, first things first, since I'm going to be painting in here, we're going to wrap or cover all these cars. Now, the stinker and the VE we can reverse out and drive out of the way, but we don't want to get overspray on any of these wicked cars, so we're going to wrap them all up right now. Whew. Alrighty, look at this little chariot, all covered in rust from all of its rusty water in the radiator. The thing still bloody kicks over and dries, which is insane. If you're wondering why we have this and why we were so willing to torture the engine in this, if you're true OGs of the channel and you've been listening to the podcasts, you know why we got this. So that's a spicy little nug that's coming very soon. I'm gonna leave that for a couple, I won't bring that to our attention right now, but just keep an eye. This thing's gonna be, yeah, it's spicy. All right, so first things first, got this massive roll of plastic sheeting for spray painting. Let's cover some cars. Well, it's been a bit of time. We had to drive all the way back out to go pick these bad boys up, but look at that. We have dish. All right, let's try and build these suckers. See if we can do it. Alrighty, so the idea that we're gonna have here is we're hopefully gonna pull the center out of that, build it inside the tire. So we've got our 325 2020 just here, so Big Johnny. We'll make sure they fit, see how tight the fit's gonna be, because you do have to put a sealant like on that bead on the inside. Normally people do that once they built the wheel outside of a tire, but not only are we impatient, but normally you've got a lip and a barrel. A barrel normally has a decent step so that you can mount a tire. It makes it easier. This is a lip and a lip because that's the only way we could get it to work. And that's gonna make mounting a tire a lot harder. And then it'd have to be done on a different day, whereas I wanna do it today. So what we're gonna try and do is build it in the tire. We'll try and set up a bead of silicone pretty much around it so that when we place it in there, do them up, hopefully it all works, but we'll have an idea. We'll have a look first, see if we can build it in the tire. We'll test it, see how tight it's gonna be, see if it's gonna work, and we'll send it. Just finished the first one, open up the second box. They've got me a custom center in here that says, "Not Simmons, bro," which is sick. Oh, that's awesome. That has our own picnic media along the lip there. That's awesome. Alrighty, so first wheel done. Fitment looks like it's gonna be freaking mint. Nice little bit of dish. Got the sealed lip there. I'll show you a bit better once it's actually kind of out. Hopefully tomorrow I can get these, get tires put on these, put them on the car, and we can see how freaking sick they're gonna look. Now, let's pull these ones out and build the second ones. Oh yeah, so last time I updated you guys, tried to build them inside the tire. Didn't work because the bead is too stiff. Couldn't get the bead of the lip past the lip of the tire. So there was still a gap like this far in the middle where you put the bolts. So we do have to build these like normal and yeah, go and take them to a shop to get them fitted, which is gonna suck, but it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna get straight into this one. All right, so just dropping the center in now. So you can see, I just line it up. Feel like it's not seated all the way in yet. Because it's such a tight fit, this side fits in smoothly. This side kind of just gotta, oh, did I forget to take that bolt out? Damn it, there's a bolt in there I forgot to take out when I was lining it up. So pull this out again. Hard to do one-handed. Very hard to do one-handed. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Alrighty, so now I pretty much got to go all the way around the wheel, put all the hardware onto the bolts, which is hard to do with one hand. Then once you've done that, you literally just flip it around and you're doing a cross pattern. Make sure that you pull the wheel straight and you just go all the way around. Then once you've done that, I'll show you how I seal them both so they don't leak air. Alright, so I'm going to chuck on the last couple of these, which is, of course, is fucking difficult. Come on. It's alright though, because Cleo's here to help. Aren't you, Cleo? Hey. Oh, look at you. So yeah, just smash these on, zip them all up, and they're ready for tires. Oh man, okay, I'm putting this down. It's so hard to do with one hand. All right, so now you have the fun task of pretty much sitting it between your legs, and every single one of these bolts, you go around, you line it up, and then a rattle gun on the back of it. Normally, if this was a street car and I was driving on these every day, I'd use Loctite, but they're lock nuts anyways, so they dig into the metal. So a couple lugger-duggers tight is enough for me. So all right, I'm gonna zip all these up, because you saw in the time lapse that I already did before. You don't need to see it again, and then we'll seal it. God, it looks so wide when I set it between my legs like that. Gnarly. Alrighty, into it. Alright, so now run a bit of painter's tape on either side of this seal, because this seal will slowly leak air if you do nothing about it. Now, the wheels that came from Japan from work, they're actually welded in the middle, so it's really dumb because they call it a 3-piece wheel and they weld it, which makes it a 2-piece wheel, but then they also sell a 2-piece wheel, which is a 3-piece wheel that's welded. To me, it sounds like a scam. It's all shit. But we're just gonna run a seam along this, and then you push it in. You don't want to make it too thick because you actually want it to be able to still dry. And it's just like paint. More is not always more, less is more. It's only going to seal it, and you've got your pressurized side pushing from here. So it's pushing against that seal. So like I just said, less is more, and it's all good to go. So whack a bit of another tape around this side of it. Then I'll put a bead around it, run my finger over it, which is super satisfying, peel the tape, and it looks pro. All right, I'll do that now. I bet you're asking yourself like, wow, how do you know how to do this? You must have some incredible like training that has shown you how to be able to do all this and how you know all this. And no, I just watched a lot of YouTube videos. So there's no point me teaching you because there's a million other better tutorials out there. Watching YouTube to learn YouTube because I learned from watching YouTube. So yeah, how sick. This is most definitely the best part. This is hard to do because I don't want to get the camera dirty. So I'm just going to start back here and just push it into that seam. Go all the way around till I can't anymore. Now we'll go wipe this off. Beautiful. I'll get some of this excess, so we're not making a mess when we pull the tape off. Now, look for where I put the seam in the tape. Now I put the seam on both bits of tape together. So I can now peel them as one. Try and make it so you can actually see it. Look at that. Mint. Now time to clean up and call it a day. Now you just got this beautiful little black seal. How good is that? All right, that is one deep dish, boy. I'll leave that on there until tomorrow anyways. I should have left the other one on, but yeah, we live and we learn. Alrighty, so now it's time to take these to the shop. Gotta get some tires fitted on them so that we can see its fatness. All right, I'm gonna catch you in tomorrow once we're at the tire shop so we can go get these fitted up. See you tomorrow. Woo, daddy. Went over to the boys at Tempe Tires over in Tempe, and I thought they were gonna have a nightmare fitting these up, but they literally got them on there so bloody quick, I didn't even get time to bloody film it. Oh, okay, let's get these on the freaking car. All right, let's see how hard it is to get these suckers on. Can definitely come a lot lower. Okay, we already knew that. Does suck because we want to get this distance out of it, but with the tail shaft hitting we can't. Sucks though because it needs to get lower. Right, I've moved some shit around, went down and grabbed the spacers, and boy does it make a difference. Friggin' take a look at that. I know it's really hard to tell on camera, and it doesn't help that I haven't painted that guard, but it gets painted tomorrow. Damn, that looks so sick. Oh, Love it. Now it actually looks like a burnout car. Really wish we could get that rear end lower, but until we like properly attack the floor, make it so the tail shaft can come up a bit more within the car, it's as low as I can get right now. I might jack it up via the diff right now and see how close it is, but man, if we get the car much lower, fitment would be on point. Alrighty, so now that we got spaces on there and the car's a little bit lower, it's looking real mint. It would be awesome if we could get the car to sit about here, which would be doable once we've kind of shaved that top bolt that we were talking about so we can get the car lower. But then we run into the issue that you see how low the side skirts are just out of the ground. It'd mean that we'd have to skid on like an 18 or a 19-inch wheel so that we could actually drive off the pad on rims. Or we just make it that you simply just quickly raise the car up before a skid before you put the steelies on, either or. But it's getting real good looking mint. I mean, at least the tire gap kind of matches the front there if you really wanted to get into it. But went and did the other side too, and it shows that the rear end isn't 100% straight, because you can see this side, the fitment's just not quite as good as this side. So it shows that by probably 10, 20 mil, the rear end's just facing a little bit to this side. So easy fix. We can get under there with a tape measure and straighten it all up. Because there's no toe and camber and all those kind of adjustments, it is just an easy one to do on the ground with a tape measure. But oh man, it's so good to see some deep dish on this bad boy. Finally actually feels like a burnout car. All right, so I'm gonna go down to Super Cheap now. I'm gonna go grab some bog, because there's tiny holes here still from belt slap from before we were tubbed. So as soon as I'm going to this over to paint it, may as well fill in all these tiny little holes with a quick skim. So I'm gonna run down to Super Cheap now, go grab some bog because I have no idea where mine went. Then we'll, once we started painting everything, we'll also start cutting and buffing the car. Exciting. Okay, no shock to anyone, but I ended up getting sidetracked and I decided to spend more time turning the shed into a prepared spray booth, I guess you'd say. So, I mean, there's some random crap up there. I don't think overspray will get into that deep back corner back there, but I'm in the middle of covering up all of this. I'm gonna have to figure out how to cover up there. But yeah, pretty much once that's ready to go, I'm pretty much gonna like wrap up the wagon now and start getting that ready, because yeah, I wanna make it so pretty much when I rock up tomorrow, I can just start painting. But yeah, I'm gonna have a push-pull fan system to try and get the overspray out. So I'm gonna have this fan pushing, and then this fan at the door pulling, so that it's just getting all the overspray out, because clear coat overspray, especially when it is 2-pack, is not to be messed with. That shit is aggressive. I also will be wearing a respirator because that shit is aggressive. It is like, even though I'm doing this by cans, again, OGs to the channel would know that I love painting everything with cans, and I actually have 2K clear, which has a little bung on the bottom, little thing on the top, put it on the bottom, puncture it. You can hear there's 2 little ball bearings in there to shake it up. You actually have a catalyst, so there is 2 parts to this. This is real clear coat. It's not just what you get off the shelf in Super Cheap. So any kind of clear coat, like when I did the primer, for instance, I didn't bother with. I pretty much just taped up the windows so I didn't get overspray, and then yeah, I didn't really tape up anything else because it's so direct. You don't really have any issues with it, kind of thing. And base coat's the same, but clear coat, man, it is the worst for it. You get overspray on absolutely fucking everything. So every single car is covered. I don't know if you can see it, but the coverings are literally taped to the floor so that overspray can't even get underneath the cars. Because yeah, it can literally go everywhere, but it's going to help having fans with a push-pull system, so shouldn't be too bad. Oh man, it is so good to actually see it as like a tubbed burnout car with big wheels now. Oh, alrighty. I'm going to try and get to Super Cheap so I can get that bog, because I really should fill them up, but I'll wrap the car first. Alright, so I'll pull the cover over it. Alrighty, so as you can see in the video, and probably by the end of that video, me walking around aimlessly, I forgot where I put the GoPro and I was filming a time lapse. But wagon's all wrapped, ready to go. Just thought I'd turn on the exhaust fan setup. Well, how cool is that on camera? You can see it going slower. Yeah, I thought I'd set up the exhaust fan setup to see if it moved the plastic much, because it'll get really in the way if it is while painting, but it's doing really well. Just all stay there. Got the area ready to go. Man, I love painting. I'm so excited. All right, so I'm actually gonna wrap this video up here. The next video will be us painting the rear quarter and the door, and then it'll all look mint, and we're just, yeah, rolling into preparation for Power Cruise. We might do a cheeky little test skid out the front. Maybe not. But that's where I'm going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and dig the wheels because they look so freaking sick. I am also going to hack at that bar that goes across the top of the forelink because I want this thing bloody lower, and we're going to figure out whatever it needs to take to do that. All right, I'm going to wrap up this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. See you later. Take it easy. See you later.
You bitching and bugging, there's nothing that we got in common. I've been out grinding and hustling, investing this paper, got tired of eating that ramen. All of my music be heat, I ain't missing a beat. I've been blessed with impeccable timing. Watch all them people who friendly, it turn into envy whenever they see